Have you ever noticed this? You're lying in bed, lights off, room quiet, and suddenly, that conversation from earlier comes back. Something you said, something they said, the way their tone shifted, the pause before they responded, and now you're replaying it, line by line. You start thinking, why did I say that? I should have explained it better. Did they misunderstand me? Was I too rude? Did I sound stupid? Why didn't I say this instead? And the more you replay it, the more intense it feels, even if it wasn't that serious, even if it happened hours ago, even if no one else is thinking about it anymore, but you are. If that feels familiar, you're not dramatic, you're not weak, and you're definitely not the only one. Replaying conversations at night is extremely common, and it's not random. There's a reason your brain waits until the lights are off to do this. Let's decode it. 1. Night removes distraction. During the day, you're busy. Notifications, work, people, noise. Your brain doesn't have time to process everything in real time, so it stores unfinished emotional moments. At night, when everything slows down, your brain finally gets space. And what does it bring up? Unresolved social interactions. Because social safety matters deeply to the human brain. We are wired to care about how we are perceived. Belonging equals safety. So when there's even slight uncertainty in a conversation, your brain flags it. Not dramatically, just quietly. And later, when you're alone, it reopens the file. 2. You care more than you admit. Most conversation replaying is not about ego. It's about connection. You replay it because you care how it landed. You care if you hurt someone. You care if you embarrassed yourself. You care if they saw you differently. And sometimes, you replay it because you wanted to be understood, but you're not sure you were. That uncertainty is uncomfortable. So your brain tries to fix it retroactively by rehearsing better responses, better wording, better tone. It's not about the past. It's about wanting emotional alignment. 3. Your brain hates incomplete loops. There's something called a cognitive loop. When something feels unfinished, your brain struggles to let it go. If a conversation ended awkwardly, if someone responded differently than expected, if you sense tension but didn't address it, your brain marks it as incomplete. At night, with fewer distractions, that incomplete loop resurfaces. It's not trying to torture you. It's trying to resolve ambiguity. Because ambiguity feels unsafe. Certainty feels safe. And replaying feels like control. 4. You're trying to regain control. This part is important. When you replay a conversation, you're not just remembering it. You're editing it. You imagine better comebacks, stronger boundaries. Calme réponse. Whittier replies. Why? Because in the original moment, you didn't feel fully in control. Maybe you froze. Maybe you laughed when you were uncomfortable. Maybe you stayed quiet when you wanted to speak. Now your brain is reconstructing the moment where you had power. It's a coping mechanism, not weakness. 5. Fear of being misunderstood. One of the strongest triggers for replaying conversations is the fear of being misunderstood. You think, what if they took that the wrong way? What if they think I meant something else? What if they think I'm incompetent? Humans have a deep need to be seen accurately. When there's doubt about how we were perceived, it creates mental friction. That friction doesn't disappear when the conversation ends. It waits, and it often shows up at night. 6. Regret is louder in quiet environments. During the day, it's background noise. At night, it's front and center. Your brain reviews, why did I overshare? Why did I agree to that? Why didn't I defend myself? This isn't self-hatred. It's post-event evaluation. Your brain is scanning for social mistakes to prevent future rejection. From an evolutionary perspective, social rejection once meant survival risk. So your brain takes it seriously, even if logically, you know it's small. 7. Overthinking creates false magnification. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of the time, the other person has already moved on, but your brain doesn't measure intensity accurately at night. Without external input, Internal thoughts feel larger. You replay tone shifts that may not have meant anything. You analyze pauses that were probably neutral. You attach meaning to silence. The brain fills gaps with assumptions, especially when tired, and nighttime exaggerates uncertainty. 8. You want closure, but there isn't any. Not every interaction comes with closure. Some conversations just end. No resolution, no reassurance, no confirmation. Your brain doesn't like open-ended endings, so it replays them to simulate closure. But replaying rarely gives relief, because you're not interacting anymore. You're imagining, and imagination doesn't resolve uncertainty. It multiplies it. 9. Why it happens specifically at night. At night, cortisol levels drop. External stimulation decreases. Emotional memory processing increases. Your brain shifts from survival mode to reflection mode. And reflection mode often prioritizes social interactions, emotional discomfort, moments of vulnerability. That's why conversations replay more at 11 p.m. than at 2 p.m. It's not random. It's neurological timing. 10. The deeper layer. Identity. Sometimes you're not replaying the conversation. You're replaying what it says about you. Am I confident? Am I awkward? Do people respect me? Did I look insecure? It becomes less about the words spoken and more about your identity. And identity feels fragile at night because there's no external validation to stabilize it. 11. When it becomes excessive. Occasional replaying is normal, but when it becomes constant, it usually connects to high self-awareness, high empathy, or social anxiety. The brain becomes hyper-alert to social evaluation, and that alertness continues long after the event ends. It's exhausting. 12. The quiet truth. Replaying conversations doesn't mean you're broken. It means you care. It means connection matters to you. It means perception matters to you. But here's the shift. Most people are too busy replaying their own conversations to analyze yours. Everyone is the main character in their own mind, which means your mistake is likely much smaller than it feels. 13. What actually helps? You don't need to suppress the replay. That makes it louder. Instead, acknowledge it. Ask, what am I trying to fix right now? Am I seeking reassurance? Am I seeking control? Often, simply labeling the motive reduces intensity. If it was truly important, you can address it the next day. If it wasn't, let it close naturally. Not every loop needs solving at midnight. Final thought. You replay conversations at night because silence reveals unresolved emotion, because connection matters, because perception matters, because belonging matters. It's not weakness. It's your brain trying to protect you. But protection doesn't always require repetition. Sometimes it requires perspective. The next time a conversation replays, instead of fighting it, ask what it's teaching you. Awareness turns rumination into insight. Your mind isn't attacking you. It's trying to understand you. If this made you feel seen, subscribe for more insights. Thanks for watching.